Alright, this is like really last minute upload. I might not start editing this until like tomorrow or Tuesday. I have no idea. Yeah, sorry for being gone for a little bit. I'm eventually gonna do that analyze video idea in the future. Not right now, but eventually, soon, hopefully. Just for right now, I want to do a slice of life novel. Sailing with Stands. I've been waiting for this chapter to come out. I don't know when this came out, but it came out. I was originally gonna do the Bill Cipher one, but I might wait on that until like a while. By the way, this is like the 1 year anniversary since the Book of Bill came out, so yeah. I'll try to do my best impressions of these two, but for right now, yeah, I'll try. Oh wait, before I do anything, optional, okay. Window, yes. Text speed, that's good. Music, I'll turn the music down. I'll save the sound for important stuff. Just turn it down. No. I think that's good. I think it's good. Alright. Back. Main menu. No. History. Wait, where did I go? Save? Return. There we go. Return. Alright. A Gravity Falls dating sim. Huh. Maybe I should have the music up a little bit. Sorry, I'm like... Yeah, a little bit. Alright. As long as I'm like messing up with my thing. Alright. The soft waves of the ocean are quiet tonight. Each cold lap a lullaby along the stand of War II. The stars are twinkles of light of different amidst the same ominousness of the endless dark sea. The ship rocks gently as Stan and Ford tidy up lazily along the deck, guided by the warm light from the cabin. Stan messes with the fishing line while Ford pushes large nets into a bundle at the end of the deck. To Jews whales on them. Another long day spent discovering and documenting the endless new animals beneath this ocean surface. I cannot speak today. That's the last of it. I need to do a good Ford impression. A yawn, the crack of a back, and a groan. Good, I'm hitting the hit. I cannot do a Stan impression. Fuck. Yeah. Together the brothers head into the cabin downstairs and to their shared quarters. Two beds flank the sides of the room, as well as two portholes that allow moonlight to stream inside. I can imagine them living in this, honestly. This was at the ending of the final episode of Gravity Falls, I think. Yeah, it is. Where Stan and Ford went to go travel, discover, I think, the Atlantic Ocean? Not so sure. Stan plops into bed with a grateful groan and wraps himself in the warm blankets. The two of them finally free from the cold. My back was killing me. I told you use a proper lifting form. Focus the weight on your legs, not your back. I know. You said it 1,000,000 times. And did you listen? Ford raises a brow and smiles at him. Through the darkness, slithering into his own bed, Stan chuckles. Yeah, totally. This is so bad. Ford leans over the edge of his bed and pulls out a journal from underneath, setting it on his lap. Don't you stay up too late? Ford adjusts his glasses and rests against the wall, drawing his knees up so his journal is right under the window. Moonlight pulls across the pages. I won't. No, I'm sorry. Stan makes a knowing sound and violently grabs the porthole cover on his side of the room. He shuts it. Night, Sixer. Good night, Stanley. Oh, this is so wholesome. Yeah, I actually discovered the demo yesterday. Yeah, this is a lot different. I guess a new update for this chapter. As Stan softly snores, Ford chews on his pencil and strains his eyes along the pages. He documents the day events, kept awake by the excitement of remembering the anomalies they encountered. Yeah. Still, no Kraken though. That Ford was looking forward to discovering the most. They hadn't had any luck finding it their first time at sea, but now a couple of years later, he hopes that can change. A couple years? Is this like a whole time jump? Within a few months, they already settled back into their own old routine. The two of them, twins united, old wounds mended, and new memories on the horizon every day. When Ford finishes writing, he glances over at Stan's sleeping figure and smiles. He's grateful Stan wanted to join him at sea again. Oh, that's cute. He puts away his journal, shuts his window to plunge them in darkness, and drifts off to sleep. Crash. Oh shit. Stan falls out of bed with a shout while Ford jumps to his feet. What in the world? The ship shakes violently. Obstacle? Ford throws on the light and grabs onto the wall to keep himself upright, eyes wide. We shouldn't have hit anything, and it is not the engine. Violently splashes roar outside, and Ford breathes, catches breath. The brothers looks at each other. Something's attacking us. Ford grabs a spear and runs out onto the deck. Stan, scrambling after him. I cannot speak today. With a violent whoosh, water spray in the air, and a tentacle smack across the deck, sloshing them to and fro. You know, this is a lot different than the demo. Also, I love how the details on the Krakens, especially on these very blue. Holy shit! Ford is what I think it is. The large limb squeezes the ship, making it creak dangerously. Forget it, I ask. Watch out! A tentacle wipe over them, forcing them to duck. Ford watches it with wide eyes. It's not large enough to be the Kraken. Ford takes his spear and jabs the offending limb as he slides on the wet deck. The tentacle jolts back into the sea. The ship tips. Ford slips and Stan catches him, the two of them holding into the railing. Ouch! Are you okay? There's still thrashing in the water, violent in anger. Freezing water splashes onto the deck and soaks them. Tentacles barrel into the ship until it threatens to capsize. Ford grabs the wet deck and stands, grabbing Stan's hand to help him up. Breathless, they share a nod. As the anomaly thrashes and attacks the ship, the twins fight back with equal force. Ford slashes with his spear, and Stan punches at any limbs that come his way. There's an opening. The anomaly rises from the water, tentacles strangling around something. Something's squirming and wiggling. Something's alive. It's too dark to see what it is. Now! Ford throws the spear. The animal lifts the struggling mass in its grip, but right as it opens its mouth, the spear pierces through its tentacles. It screeches and jolts. The spear flies into the ocean. And with a hissing, garbled cry, the animal throws something onto the deck. It dives away, leaving a trail of violent waves that keeps the boat rocking. Thud. And then there's a scream. A human-like one. One that didn't come from Stan or Ford. Brothers look at one another, eyes wide. I'm not hearing things, am I? I forgot the voice impressions. Ford spins around, searching for the source of the scream. Hello? There's blood smeared on the deck. Holy shit. Together they follow the trail to the large bundle of netting. Whatever the animal threw on deck was struggling, its body hidden beneath the nets. Yeah, I remember this from the demo. There's a glimpse of a large scaled tail, a strong fin, sharp webbed fingers that grasps the deck. Ford grabs Stan's wrist and makes them stop, keeping a few feet away from the movement. Hold on. And then, finally, a hand reaches through the mess. Your hand. Stanley? Ford's eyes twinkle with newfound excitement. He puts a hand over Stan's chest when he steps forward. The animal wasn't attacking the ship. It was fighting something. You cough and splutter on the cold deck, gills sucking shut in place for a human lungs that hasn't been used in a while. Your tail gives one last thresh before splitting into legs. When your head pokes through the nets, the rest of your body hidden, Stan jumps back. Ford stares in wonder. What the hell? Fascinating. Ford rushes into the cabin and returns with a lantern, drawing the light source over your figure. You can't help but flinch, expecting another attack. Everything looks normal. Human. Human skin, human eyes. You don't think they saw your previous form. You squint, lifting a now human hand to shield your face when pain flares through you at the gesture. Ouch. Your shoulder gleams red with blood. Damn. In the midst of the fight, Ford's spear tore a huge gash through the muscle. Ooh, the pain hadn't fully registered when everything happened, but now that you have time to breathe, it's exhausting? I cannot say that. Shit, Ford, we hurt a person. A human wouldn't have survived in these waters. Ford's eyes widen with realization, but the look is short-lived. You cry out when you see your wound, trying to apply pressure with a hand, but you're tangled in the netting, stuck, weighed down and weak. The brothers share a nod, and they move forward as their hands grasp the nets. You jolt away, heart hammering in your chest. Whoa, hey, we're here to help. When your shoulder pounds with pain, you're stuck in a breath and a nod, screwing your eyes shut. The brothers untangled you from the mess. When they realize your naked state, they turn their eyes away. Stan, get some clean water and a rag. Stan nods and rushes into the cabin. He returns with the item as well as a blanket. He drops it over your cold body as Ford kneels before you, setting the lantern aside. He grabs the water and rag from Stan, pours the water over your shoulder, and presses the rag firmly into your wound. You cry out with a jolt. Ford pulls his hand away. Keep pressure, can you understand me? Geez, Ford, be a little gentler. We don't know what we're dealing with yet. Might want to cover your ears. Stan blinks. Think they're a siren? Ford lifts the lantern and hums, the light highlighting his features. He's studying you, and all you can do is keep pressure on your shoulder. But it's nice, having a moment to breathe. Especially after. You focus on the men before you instead. There's a mirror image of each other, the faces lined deep with age. Despite the situation and the bewilderment on their faces, their kindness in their eyes. You figure this is better than being chased after yet another monster in the sea. Maybe it was a good thing that creature finally caught up to you. Ford's face is close, his eyes pinned on you. Can you speak? Despite the warning he gave his brother, he's awfully reckless, sticking his face in places he shouldn't know any better. You could have been like the monster that just attacked you. Your shoulder's killing you. Honestly, in this situation, I'll probably just be speechless. You don't want to answer. You don't want to think about it. Your limbs ache, and your vision wavers. That monster dealt some heavy blows. You can only wince in response. Stan marches forward and nudges his brother aside. Save the observation for later, Poindexter. Can't you see they're hurt? Stan kneels beside him, looking at you. What's your name? Go with Dange. You offer your name quietly, your voice weak. The nets around your limbs are starting to hurt. He nods. Ange, got it. And your pronouns? That's a good one. I'll go date them. I'm Stan. This is my twin brother Ford. You're not gonna freak out if we try to help you up, are you? You shake your head. Ford continues to eye you as you clench the blanket around your body, letting Stan help you up. He gives Ford a look. A little help you? Ford clears his throat and helps Stan guide you to your feet that hasn't been used in a while. The deck is cold and wet as you struggle to walk. Your teeth chatter as you shiver. We gotta get that wound checked out. How are you not... Stanley. Ford flashes a look at him. They bicker under their breath, but you're too tired to even listen. Your legs are adjusting to the task that is walking. Your feet and ankles making you stumble, relying on the help of the brothers holding you up on either side. Eventually they guide you downstairs and below the ship where what looks like the pocket of a library resides, I guess. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, different people. Easter eggs. I've seen the Easter eggs. I like the eyeballs reference. Ford sets his lantern on a desk, littered with papers and curious oddities you can't even make out right now. Carefully, Ford sets you on a couch, draping another blanket over you. He got a towel at some point, which he now pats dry along your face, your head. You're still shivering, but warmth is slowly starting to welcome itself back into your limbs. Both of them stand near your place on the couch. Stan's face is aged with concern, or is that suspicious? Ford's face, on the other hand, is nothing but fascinated. You don't know which one is better yet. I'll help. They say it at the same time. Oh, that's a good one. Normally, I did technically start this game for Ford, but I kind of want to start with Stan. Originally, I can always come back to this actually. save this. I'll come back. Yes. Alright, return. Alright, I'll do Stan's routes, and I'll eventually do Ford's probably tomorrow, because I'll eventually make a part 2 of this. Your eyes search Stan's face, speaking more than words can. He raises his brows at Ford, who, for a brief moment, hesitates. He gives Stan a look you can't understand, and only gives in when Stan mutters something and waves a hand. Very well, I'll get the first aid. You both watch him go, his footsteps echoing up the stairs. Carefully, Stan moves forward, sitting on the other end of the couch. He makes sure you have plenty of space. You keeping pressure on that wound? You nod, your hand pressing against the rag for extra measure. You wince when pain flares through you, and Stan grimaces. Look, I'm sorry about all this. We thought that Kraken thing was attacking us. The spear was meant for that thing, honest. We had no idea you were in the middle of it. It makes you shiver to remember it. That monster, pinning its eyes on you when you least expect it, the first swoop, your shout, and then the chase. Your desperate swimming, racing through the ocean until one of its limbs curled around you, and... well, here you are now. Stan shifts closer to you, and when your eyes flick onto his, he splays his hands in an open gesture. All I want to do is help you out. Care to give me a look? I guess candle rag. You wait for a moment, study his open hands, and slowly pull the rag from your shoulder as you stuck in the breath. Studying the breath. Oh, yeesh. Stan shifts onto the floor, so he kneels before you, peering at the wound. Not to freak you out or anything, but woof, that thing's deep. When fresh blood rises to the surface, he makes a noise and pulls the rag from your hand, pressing it against your wound with more strength. You wince and turn your eyes away from your shoulder, and Stan sits up straighter. Hey, chin up. We're gonna patch you up like it's nothing. He studies your face, and when you meet his eyes, he smiles. There's something in them that makes him feel opened. Kind. Ange, right? You nod. Starting to feel warm. The blanket's doing enough for you. You manage a smile, fingers curling in the blankets. A little bit, thanks. Stan gives a laugh. Good, because I know how cold that water can be. I fell overboard once trying to reel in this anomaly. I won for the record, and Ford, poor guy, wouldn't stop fussing with me, worrying that I'd die of shock from it. Can't blame him though. Though thought I might too. He huffs out a curt laugh. Probably a good thing you didn't have clothes on, actually. Not in a weird way. Just that you'll be wet and you'll have to take them off so you don't risk freezing to death. Which, just saying, is a little odd that you didn't have any. He studies your face. What did happen to them anyway? Tell a half-truth, avoid the question. I don't know. See, I can go so many ways with these. I guess I'll be honest. I don't know. As kind as Stan seems, it's never been a good idea to tell humans what you are. The rare moments you've spent in this form, you don't want to think about it too much. I know it's odd. You pull the blankets closer to yourself. But I didn't mean for any of this to happen. That monster, it... He swallowed, glancing aside. It attacked me. You remember the dark waters? The flash of sharp eyes? The chase? And I tried to get away from it, but... You glance at him. Someone like me can't stand a chance against a crackling... Crackling? Okay. No human can. Interested flash in Stan's gaze, and he hums. Huh, well, my brother and I fought it off. Maybe you just need one of his spews next time. That'll clear your Kraken problem right up. Next time, you don't think you can bear a next time? Just the idea of it. The high likeliness of it. Your breath starts to thin. Stan notices and clears his throat, pulling you from your thoughts. Take it. You don't get into fights like this often then. I don't. You blink for a moment, catching his eyes. You clutch onto the blankets and shake your head. No, I don't. More of the reserved type. Not the fighting and crackling type. You send him a wary smile and he nods. Hey, I get it. Take it from me. I used to be a wimp as a kid, but my old man got me into boxing. Toughened me up. I'm gonna take a guess and say you were showing that Kraken who's boss, even it attacked you. You shudder to remember it. No, not exactly. Stan tilts his head at you. Yeah? So it was just like a circle of life kind of thing. Big guy eats the little guy? You get the picture? It's complicated. The thing about crackling, it's your mouth twists over the words, your breath racing at the thoughts of them. It's complicated. Stan studies your face for a moment, puffs through his nose and smiles. Sounds like something a loser would say. You blink. Loser? But he gives a soft laugh, teeth flashing as his eyes squints at the edges. I'm just messing with you. I'll be scared too. That thing was a beast, and I barely even saw its face. He examines your expression, notes the warningness in your gaze. So, this crackling, whatever. Its mom isn't gonna come out and attack us now that we hurt her kid, is it? That you can shake your head for. No. I mean, not like I'm an expert on them or anything, but you don't notice Stan's brows raising a fraction, his eyes narrowing in the slightest. Like I said, it's complicated. Stan's eyes you and shrugs. Fair enough. Footsteps thud from afar, and Ford reappears at the doorway, first aid in hand. His eyes through curious and riddled through caution. Everything going alright? Stan takes the kit and nods. Yeah, sorta. You and your spear shred Ange to bits. Stanley. He flicks his eyes towards you as if telling Stan to tone it down. What? It's true. Stan sets the kit on the couch next to you and waves a dismissive hand, but his other still firm on the rag against your shoulder. And they were just telling me about the monster that attacked us. Ford brows raise. There's that fascination again. We knitted. The anomaly, you mean? Yeah, but I'll tell you about it later. Don't want Ange to bleed out on my good name. What do they know? Out with you, Sixer. Come on. Ford opens his mouth to argue, turns his eyes to you, then backs to Stan, who gives him a look. He sighs, leans towards his brother, and mutters something in his ear. You swear you can hear him mutter something along the lines to be careful before he disappears again. When his footsteps fade away, Stan sends you an apologetic smile. Sorry about him. He unzips the med kit with one hand. Mudges through it, tossing items to and fro. Well, he's a total nerd. But when it comes to some of the stuff we encounter at sea, he glances at you. You know what I mean. It can be hard to trust people out here, especially when most of the things we come across are trying to eat us. You shudder at the thought of it. Yeah. Stan curses through his breath, and you glances at him, finding the inside of the med kit a mess on the couch. We're low on everything. He gestures through the rag. Keep pressure for me, will ya? I'm gonna get something. Your fingers brush his as you hold down on the rag. Watches as he stands and rummage through the bookshelves, then the desk. He slides open a drawer, rummages a bit more, and makes a satisfied noise. Ah, there we go. That's the good stuff. He comes back with a glass bottle and grins. Liquid inside, a rich amber. He shakes it when you meet his eyes. This will do the job. He kneels down before you, pulls out a fresh rag, and soaks it in the alcohol, some of the liquid sliding through his fingers. You've seen sailors with bottles like this before, but they usually drink from them. Your brows furrow. What's that for? This will disinfect the wound. He sets the bottle aside and holds up the wet rag. Normally I'll pour it over your shoulder, but the last time I did that with one of my injuries, Ford freaked out. Said I could have gone into shock doing it. He says that a lot if you haven't noticed. He gives a fond laugh. The sound makes you feel neutral? I guess neutral, I would say. Oh, and don't tell him I'm using his whiskey for this. Yeah? You nod and brings the rag closer. Ready? It's gonna sting. Before you can nod again, he presses it against the gash and whips around it, making you jolt. Ouch! You got it? You keep breathing. Just keep breathing. Stan sets the rag aside and rummages through the kit, squinting at a couple of them before deciding on thin, curved needles and some threads. It reminds you of sailors' hooks and fishing lines. Okay, now for the worst part. He sets the items aside, grabs the bottle from the floor, and takes a swig with a contented sigh. He wipes the top of the bottle as he looks through his lips, inching it towards you. Need a drink? It helps, trust me. Chug it. Oh my god, that's funny to me. Not much of a drinker. I deny his offer. You shake your head. No thanks. Stan nods and takes another swig. For good measure, setting the bottle aside. Fair enough. No judgment here. His eyes meet yours as he holds the item up to your shoulder. This is gonna suck, but trust me, I'm an expert at this stuff. Count down from 3 for me. You hesitate. Stan starts for you. 3, 2. Stan slides the needles into his shoulder. As soon as you speak, you shout, clutching onto something. Stan can't help but laugh as your hand crawls into his shoulder. I got him every time. The needle pricks again and again. Your knuckles whinton over Stan's shoulder, breath coming out in a short puffs through the clenched teeth. I know. Stan starts smothering at one point, his eyes narrowed in condition. Breathe, Ange. We're almost here done. Keep reading, of course. You try to focus on something and study. It's not hard to find a distraction. Easily your eyes run over rows of books, drawers, and artifacts you've never seen before. When you look at a desk, there's papers, polyroads with different handwritings on them. And on the wall, a photo of a group you can't quite make out in the dim lighting. You don't realize how long you've dazed off until Stan makes a tremble fades noise. There we go. The worst part is over. You glance at him and your stitches are done with a neat knot. Stan grabs a roll of bandages, wraps it around your wound, and slides a hand along it to make sure it's in place. Now we're all done. Good job, Ange. Took it like a champ. You give a grateful sigh and relax into the couch. The fatitude starting to catch up to you. I cannot say that. How are you feeling now? Should I be honest? I'll say better. You give him a strange smile. A little better, thank you. Stan smiles through there's still concern in his eyes. That's good. He stuffs everything back into the med kit, zips it up, and stands. Hold on, I'll be back. His footsteps echo through the halls as he leaves the study. After a long moment, those footsteps sound again. Here. He hands you a bundle of clothes, and what is that in his hands? And what is that in his hands? Oh, this is from the demo! It's a stuffed animal, white with a horn on its forehead, and the rainbow hair. Despite your brief moment on land, you've never seen this creature before. And change of clothes, hope you don't mind. And, well, I don't know how you feel about unicorns, but since you had such a rough night, I thought I might cheer you up, keep you company. When you stare at him, his face warms a shade with uncertainty. My great niece, Mabel, she used to be a sucker for unicorns back before they, betrayed her. Long story. Anyway, they made her happy. You gotta admit, looking at it makes you smile, you know. It's cute. I'll admit it's cute. You smile at him and offer your hand towards the plush. His eyes light up as he hands it to you. It really does. Oh, Grandpa Unicorn and plush. You run your thumb along the soft plush, the gesture giving you a warm smile. Thank you, Stan. This is really cute. Stan grins. Of course. You might have gotten here by unfortunate circumstances, but when you're on this ship, you're our guest. He winks at you. Let me know if you need anything, okay? Your smile widens and you nod. Stan grins warms when you pull the unicorn plush closer to you. I'll check on you tomorrow morning. Good night, Ange. Good night, Stan. You watch him leave as his steps fade away. You relax on the couch with a sigh. Looking up at the ceiling, everything comes rushing back to you. The cackling, the chase. You could have died today, but by the weirdest turn of events, you were chased here to safety aboard the boats of two kind men. You pull the unicorn plush closer to yourself and smile. Maybe you are glad that creature chased you here of all places. Oh, okay. That was really cute. I loved it. I'll definitely do Ford's route tomorrow, but that was so cute. I love the art style.